You're gonna start.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, the Cash Cow, the YTBC, and I came here to talk some boxing with my pops. Now, before we get into the video, pops, shameless plug. Gotta plug our sponsors: Fighting Mad, the Pound Pound Kings of boxing apparel. All right, for all your sweatshirts, t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, and everything in between. Whether you're at the house, at the gym, or going to the fights, go to fightingmad.com. Link is in the description. Make sure you use my promo code TRUE-20 or TRUE20-July, 20% of all sales in July. Anyway, shout out to Fighting Mad. Let's talk about something very interesting. This is an interesting topic, one that I have talked about many times in our lives, and it seems like it's starting to finally see the light. Okay, so it's interesting because both the Friday card and the Saturday card both featured each fighter talking about that kind of started from the same problems. Right. What we're going to talk about in this video, as you guys can see by the title, is wives in boxing, women in boxing when they're married to fighters. Do they affect the psychology of fighters and things like that? So we're going to start with Teofimo Lopez. This is his first fight since he got married, right? And he fought a guy, Masahiro Nakatani, or I think that's his name, something like that. Masahiro Nakatani. With
all the respect, no disrespect.
No disrespect to him, but a long, lanky, 135, 6 foot, 135 pounder. Right. And he didn't look like his normal self. Now, it is worth noting that Teofimo Lopez on the way to the ring, and his appearance was different. You know, normally we see Teofimo Lopez with a faded haircut, you know, buzz cut, clean cut. This time he looked like your boy Al from back in the day. got the thick mustache, hair is growing out, and look, I'm not gonna make any accusations that I can't prove, but I have a strange feeling that his new wife has something to do with that. And on top of that, it was also worth noting, because this is very well documented on the ESPN Top Rank telecast, that when he got married, the girl is about 7 years older than him. She's 27, he's 20 or 21, and the family, most of the family did not support the wedding. Only the dad showed up, from what I heard. Wow. So, and then he winds up not having such a good performance against Nagasaki. So do you think, like, when a fighter gets married at an age when they're not ready, do you think that maybe it can affect them psychologically in the ring?
Of course. When you're a young fighter or any athlete that's pretty young and experiencing the limelight of being a professional athlete where there's a lot of money and you're traveling, and you're encountering with all kinds of women and socializing with everybody, that you're going to be a target. And sometimes having a woman is a blessing, but sometimes it can be a two-edged sword when you're going, especially in professional fights, when you love the support, they're going to be there for you, but when the time comes where the man's got to focus on doing what he does best, and you come in there constantly in his face and constantly trying to support him all the time, it can be a very
distraction.
And technically it can affect you more than what you think. Yeah. And sometimes what happens when I'm not a marriage counselor, but once you get married with anybody, I can remember when I was single. I can remember when I was single, I could do all kinds of things. And as soon as a woman came in, for some reason, psychological reason, us men try to put cojones or...
We think with the wrong head, as you're saying.
And what I'm getting at is that we act like we're so manly and this and that, and we give into a lot of the psychological, emotional build-up that women have, and it can affect you. And when I seen Teo this time, and you've been telling me this for months.
I've been saying I'm not so sure about him psychologically. He's not ready. He's 20 years old.
And you're right. And I'm a big Teofimo fan.
Same.
I seen something different with him tonight. Yes, he gave a good shot to the Japanese boxer, which was decent, but I felt like something was missing from him. Like he's fighting with himself, plus with what he's doing. He's got a lot of things going on, and a lot of it because his father being there, and yes, his father helped him, but now he's got his whole family, whatever against him, whatever the case may be. That all plays psychologically once you go in the ring. So you got to have your ducks in a row. But before you get in the ring and have that mental state, like you say, but we always say mental is more in boxing than
it's more mental. It's more mental than it is physical.
Believe it or not, you can have all the physical attributes, but if your mental state is not in the right place and frame of mind, it can affect you completely. And I noticed a difference in him. I think his reaction and stuff is not the same. I just felt that just when he got in the ring and he pushed the referee to the side, asked the referee to the side, and he got flipped. He didn't have that energy that he usually has. He didn't have that charisma that I always see in him. So, but in Thurman's case, it was the first time that his wife was at that fight, any of his fights, because
Biggest fight of his life.
Big fight, and that's important for him. And his fight, but like he said, no matter what happens, at the end of the boxing, she's gonna be there for me. So she was there, but I don't know the details of how it affected her. I guess you were talking about the locker room or something like that.
Well, no, like, okay, so going to Keith Thurman, before the Pacquiao fight, they had already wrapped his hands up and he's getting ready to hit the pads or whatever. And there's a scene where they're in the locker room by themselves, and you can see them like it looked like he looked like he was on a date. Like, I can understand, okay, hey baby, I love you, quick hi and bye thing, but it wasn't like that. It was like I was watching, I don't know, name a love movie, name a romantic movie.
I don't know, West Side Story.
There you go, perfect. It was like West Side Story. Yeah. Kissing, hugging, oh, I love you so much, baby. And all that stuff is great. There's plenty of time for that after the fight, but you're going to fight Manny freaking Pacquiao on pay-per-view at the MGM Grand Garden. Yeah. Zone the hell in. Zone in.
You gotta focus. And that's what I mean. Sometimes, even though our partners mean well, sometimes there's a right place for it, and there's a right time to and when not to do it. And I think when you're not in the locker room and you're ready to go to war, the last thing you want is to have a woman come in with a white flag and mentally, emotionally affect you in some way.
And you know, it's a well-noted fact that Keith Thurman, you know, while he still is a quality fighter, I take nothing away from him. He's still a fantastic fighter. Yeah. It's a well-known fact that mentally or psychologically, like with him, he's not the exact same Keith Thurman that he was when he was coming up or when he became champion. He's lost something, and I'm not gonna put all the blame on just his wife, but getting married had something to play with it. And I'm not shitting on marriage. I'm not saying marriage is bad, because I think there's plenty of great wives in boxing. A couple of examples would be Andre Ward's wife or Manny Pacquiao's wife. These women do great things for the husbands, and the husbands actually wind up being better because of them. So I'm not shitting on women and being wives in boxing. But I feel like in the cases of Lopez and Thurman, it's been a detriment to them being the best versions of themselves in the ring.
And that could happen when you lose focus on what's gotten you to the point where you're at. And not just your married wives. Whenever you go anywhere and you see women and you get focused, and your attention span goes somewhere else, or your discipline, your mental state goes different, wandering off somewhere else.
That's easy.
So I'm like, it can easily that little bit you going away from what you're supposed to get your job done could literally, even the ring girls, anything.
Oh yeah.
We're just talking in general. You got to be focused, just like the horse, and do your job. And after you've got the fight, then you go hug your loved ones and get a congratulation or whatever you got to get. No disrespect to nobody's wife. No for anybody. No degrading women. We're just saying we're calling a spade a spade. A spade a spade, and it's true. You can at least lose focus. How many times you could be in the classroom studying and you see this beautiful coming here and the teacher's telling you a key point on the test.
That's why I couldn't go to college.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't go to college.
So, my point being is, it just takes a little bit. Even though you love the support of her sitting there, and mentally you know she's there already watching you, she's gonna support you in case she loves you. But when it comes to a big fight or any fight, you ain't there to do business.
That's it.
And take care of your business first, and then you can take your big business take it home.
That's it. So they say to the victor goes to spoil. So go get the W and go get spoiled after the fight.
And then you have, that's the best way of doing it. Or sometimes some fighters don't even bring their fights, their wives to the fights, not because they don't want to, or they leave them in their hotel room because of the distraction of what's about them.
Well, it's like BOWE. I was talking to BOWE and HOLYFIELD recently, and they were talking. You know, one of our subjects we talked about in the last interview was women and wives and dealing with them as fighters, and these are guys with a lot of experience with that. So, HOLYFIELD told me that, you know, this man had sex before all his fights, for all the training camps. He's been had sex for all his training camps, but he made sure it was after he was done working out. He got his work done first. Right. BOWE was a bit more radical than HOLYFIELD.
Big boy, big daddy.
BOWE made sure that he only saw his wife probably. He sees his wife 15 minutes before the fight, and that was it.
Yeah,
that was it.
And sometimes you have to have that mental block. It's not that you're hating on your wife; it's just you got to get your job done. And believe me, the women want them to win the fight. The bigger the check when you win the fight.
Yeah, they want a new $5,000 purse. So
yeah, so I mean, so that's how you gotta look at it, and it all comes back down to mental discipline, having discipline with your spouse or your loved one, and realizing, hey, I love you and everything, but right now it's not the time. Some fighters, even when they go training, they go as far as the way they can
yes.
to the training. They don't even want to be close to home.
No.
And there's a reason for that.
That's right.
You don't want to get distracted. It's bad enough you have enough distraction around you that in the ring and outside the ring.
I mean, even now with like social media and stuff. So
yeah, so I mean, like I said, everybody has their own way of doing the training and their purpose, but you can't. A fight as the magnitude that Thurman and the Pac-Man fight, I think Thurman should have been a little bit more discreet and just discipline himself.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what's his name? Our good friend Derek Santos, good trainer.
Yeah,
he
like
posted
him.
on Facebook pretty much, and he don't criticize nobody. He's not a negative guy. He was saying like, look, if I was his trainer and he was hugging up and kissing up like that while I was training him, I'd be pissed off. And I feel like a lot of trainers could empathize with that because, again, it's not just any fight. It's a big fight, and I understand. Listen, I understand it's a big moment because he just got married to her, and it's the first time watching him fight, and it's his biggest fight of his career.
Yeah.
But that's just too much. That's too much.
Well, I think in that case it's a thing with the teacher and the student. The teacher being the Derek Santos, the trainer, spending all this time getting him mental ready for everything and doing all this. And then the student looks out the window or draws away from what she's supposed to be doing to take that exam, and it takes his attention span away from what he's focused to pass that test.
Absolutely.
And the teacher said, did I do my job right, or did I fail in my job? Because obviously I didn't do enough to keep him focused on what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I have to agree with that. As a trainer or a teacher, the last thing you want is to lose your student or who you're training focus on the matter at hand, whether it's passing a test in school or whether it's going in the ring in a big fight like Pacquiao.
Yeah, no, you're right. You got a great point there. Yeah. So yeah, that's just those just are 2 cents and some change.
I mean, we'll take your comments and you guys tell us.
Yeah, you guys tell us. And some of you guys were amateur fighters or pro fighters. You talk if there's ways that women have benefited you or hurt you in your journey as fighters.
And it don't have to be necessarily woman. It could be some significant element in your life that can also affect you.
Listen, I got experience with that because look, I cover this boxing thing here. I love being on here. I really do enjoy providing content for the boxing fans. Right. I love the fight fans. I documented it before. I went to my stuff last year, and so I get it. I really get it. So.
And sometimes, believe it or not, you get to that point where you get to that state, you really get down on yourself because of the emotions and the love you have for this person and getting the right formula and equations for it to make it work. It doesn't happen at a time. Sometimes you have to go into those big fights with your mind being all scrambled up.
That's true.
So
I've done many videos and lives with my mind all scrambled up, so I know.
So I think I have to agree with what Derek Santos says. You have to focus on the matter at hand, and afterwards you can have all the cake and ice cream and cheese.
There you have it. There you have it.
Yeah. So
wisdom from Pops.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, with that being said, that's just what it is. So, like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dame. So until next time, take care, guys.